are calling, the curtain is drawn. How far we've fallen, I'm out on the run. Live in the violence, die by the sword. Deep in the fire, that's where darkness is born. Haunting my dreams, I see the signs. The darkness arise, I watch it all fall. I watch it all fall. I watch it all fall. I watch it all. We swore on our honor, and the light turned to black. We fight to the ending, there's no turning back. Live in the violence, die by the sword. Deep in the fires, that's where darkness is born. Haunting my dreams, I see the sign. Let darkness arise, I watch it all fall. I watch it all fall. I watch it all. I watch it all fall. Haunting my dreams, I see the signs. Let darkness arise, I watch it all. I watch it all fall.
And if you wanna be a millionaire, your own form of superhero, have matters in your own hands, and get away from all the zeros. Will you listen to the plan, and all that it demands? Well, here's your chance. Focus on the good things, nothing on the bad. Forget all your needs, focus on the task. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? And they say you're a long shot, maybe you should pass. Well, look down at yourself, show them what you have. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? If you believe in all that you see, there ain't no way that it stops with a dream. Stops with a dream. And if you wanna be a millionaire, your own form of superhero, have a house in a center square, and hear your name when the wind blows. Will you listen to the plan, and all that it demands? I say again, focus on the good things, nothing on the bad. Forget all your needs, focus on the task. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? And they say you're a long shot, maybe you should pass. Well, look down at yourself, show them what you have. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? If you believe in all that you see,
Ayy, skirt. Ayy, skirt. Ayy. I might just get a little crazy for the one time. I might just link up with lil' baby cause she's so fine. She be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch because it's my time. I might just get a little crazy for the one time. I might just link up with lil' baby cause she's so fine. Yeah, she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch because it's my time. And yeah, it's my time, I guess that's alright. She always tell me when she see me that it's on sight. I might just pull a Stevie Wonder cause I don't fight. And I might just take her down for the one night. I might get a little crazy for the one time. Yeah, I might link up with lil' baby cause she's so fine. Yeah, she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch cause it's my time. Yeah, I might get a little crazy for the one time. And I might link up with lil' baby cause she's so fine. But she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch because it's my time. Oh yeah, both though, don't like the showboat. My life be moving too fast for the slow-mo. And yeah, I got it, I won't pay you for a promo. That money going up and down like a yo-yo. I do my money dance, I know I'm what they crave. I walk around fresh to death like I just left the grave. My diamonds really yellow like they lemonade. Cause I've been really getting paid on the center stage. I might get a little crazy for the one time. Yeah, I might link up with lil' baby cause she's so fine. Yeah, she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch cause it's my time. Yeah, I might get a little crazy for the one time. And I might link up with lil' baby cause she's so fine. But she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch because it's my time. Yeah, I get a little crazy for the one time. Yeah, I might link up with lil' baby cause she's so fine. Yeah, she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch cause it's my time. Yeah, I might get a little crazy for the one time. And I might link up with lil' baby cause she's so fine. But she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch because it's my time. Yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, because it's my time. Yeah, hey, yeah, hey, because it's my time. Yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, because it's my time. Yeah, hey, yeah, hey, because it's my time. Yeah.
Are we better than before? Being honest and straightforward. Can we care a little more? Before we run out of answers. Cause God only knows where the times went. And we can't wait till our lives
When are you gonna upgrade your system? Alright, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
You were right, Kate. My sister is gone. There's only Jinx now.
I want to tear that laugh from her throat forever.
I'm ready.
To return peace to this city, you must declare martial law.
Topside is the real enemy. You have the chance to rally the Undercity together. You're a symbol. So what are you planning?
Watch it all burn.
You felt it, haven't you?
The arcane is waking up.
Sometimes taking a leap forward means leaving a few things behind.
This has to end.
Then stop me.
When are you gonna upgrade your system? Alright, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
Hi guys, welcome back to Crucial by Micron presents MidfailYT Community Clash, brought to you by the Esports Club, powered by Zotac Gaming. Well, that was hard to say. Anyway, I am Fireball, and with me is Kaka. We have an exciting best of 3 for you today. The lower bracket round 3 between Kakao Gaming and Seng Warriors. So, very well-known players in both the sides. Tyson Warriors relatively new to the scene, whereas Kakao Gaming showing pros like Subo, Dead Corporal, and such. So
Yeah,
we know what to
that's just
expect.
that's just a-okay, right? You watch that
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo this thing and shows
You
Kakao Gaming, you pull it
remove
out,
the
it's
mask and
a-okay.
it's like
So
A-OK
it is
beneath.
right there, just called Kakao Gaming. And yesterday we had the upper bracket final as well, if you remember, and that was a great series to watch. 2-1 towards the side of Temple of Kings, yet again finding themselves into the final. But the loser of that match will play the winner of this one. So again, high stakes, and all four teams in the top four are going to get some prize money as well, right? As we are talking about, we'll see it on the screen. Fourth place will get 10,000. So whoever loses today will get at least 10k.
Yeah.
If I am correct, and the winner will fight for that third place, which will happen tomorrow. 15,000 INR for that team. Well, whoever loses after this match. So, what are your thoughts, Faisal?
I mean, it's obviously great to see such a split in the prize pool. It provides more incentive for the teams to compete in more tournaments, and that's how the league scene is gonna grow. For tonight's schedule, though, low bracket semi-finals, Kakao Gaming and Seng Warriors. It's gonna be an exciting best of three. Like yesterday, we saw the series go to the 3 games, and the second game was just a nail biter. As we look at the brackets here, Stealth Flashlight taking Temple of Kings to the wire, making them play that third game out, and Temple of Kings just showing that they can be defeated as well. Now, today's team, Tyson Warriors, were in the upper bracket and they lost to none other than Temple of Kings, but then they made through the gauntlet. They got through Lethal Kings and now find themselves playing against Kakao Gaming, whereas Kakao Gaming did lose 2-1 in the upper bracket semi-final to Stealth Flashlight. So both of these teams going out against the upper bracket final is like they played really well in those games as well. So I'm expecting a same performance level today.
Yeah, and we don't have any undefeated teams, right? Every team has lost at least one game. So it has been a very close tournament so far. Even the games yesterday, they were pretty one-sided, at least the first and second game. The third game, however, was pretty close till it wasn't as well. Even today, Tyson Warriors versus Kakao Gaming, even Kakao Gaming versus Stealth Flashlight was again a close series, which was 2-1 to
Yep.
Stealth Flashlight. So I'm expecting again 3 games in this one as well. And I'm not sure who's going to win, because historically Kakao Gaming, also known as a-okay, have been the solid second best team in India by far, I feel like. But new contenders are arising now, so
Yeah.
this will be a close series as well.
Definitely, we are starting to see a lot of international players joining in the scene, and that just raises the overall skill ceiling of the tournament. We saw a glimpse of that yesterday with Stealth Flashlight, a pro Pakistani team taking Temple of Kings to the wire, Hamibai and such. So it's great to see all of these pros coming back and all of these international players trying to take part in our community tournaments as well. Well, this is what the Esports Club is all about, and this is what we're all doing here, building a community. And if you want to be a part of this community, you better check out our socials, which are going to be in the description box. That is going to be League of Legends in SA, and make sure that maybe you take part in the following tournaments and we will be casting your games.
Yeah, I mean, you said it correctly. And we have now finally more than 3-4 countries participating as well. So these tournaments, we are not wasting a lot of time getting these tournaments as well, right? Right after this one finishes, we will have the iFlix Community Clash coming up as well. That will be for 50,000 INR prize pool as well. And that starts, I'm pretty sure the registration starts tomorrow, or maybe the matches start tomorrow. So no time wasting right here. We are getting stacked up in League of Legends from the side of, again, the Esports Club, and we are just not stopping here. So yeah, I mean, talking more about today's matchup though, Faisal, we have Copy, who will be playing in the top lane now. We remember him to be one of the better mid laners in the scene, and now he has swapped his role.
Yeah, I think, but his legacy as a mid laner will go down as that Draven game in that first community clash that we have. He would want to put that one behind him and arise as a new player in top lane essentially. So let's see what happens. I mean, they can keep it as a flex as well, where you have Dead Corporal playing against you. So you have to see what Copy does there. Jumping into Champ Select. Quick bans coming out from the side of Kakao Gaming, who would be playing on the blue side, and Seng Warriors are going to be on the red side. Cho'Gath banned against Venom, no brainer right there. We are seeing this Udyr ban a lot. We saw it a lot yesterday as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think that has more to do with the player rather than the champion right now, because Darker Than Zed has been spamming that Udyr whenever he could get his hands on it. So with these blue side, all 3 targeted bans, 2 bans towards Venom, again loses his Cho'Gath. I don't think that's a surprise. And the Darius will get banned as well. And while on the other side though, Pantheon and Xin Zhao, again, quite... I mean, we are so used to seeing those 2 champions get banned against Thorfinn as well. So a lot of target bans coming out, and a first pick Jinx as well for Aizen.
So ADC first pick is usually the play. Jinx is a pretty solid ADC to blind pick, even though people say she does not have that mobility, but once you get the assist and a kill, you're just like zooming around the entire map. Has the peel with the chompers for herself, and the W provides some slow as well, but this is a Kog'Maw and what I'm assuming a Karma in the bot lane, so already a hyper carry with an enchanter support behind him.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be too sure about that Karma pickup. I'm not too sure about the Kog'Maw pickup as well. I may have been a mistake. I don't know why you would pick Kog'Maw
yeah,
so
the
early
lobby
on.
got disbanded, so probably it was a
so-
mistake. You don't really see the Kog'Maw being picked up all that too much. Maybe it works in solo queue. Put a Lulu behind yourself and just start spamming. So the disconnect is from the side of Seng Warriors, who ended up picking Kog'Maw. So I'm assuming that is gonna be changed up. We'll get it cleared by the official what that's gonna be there. But regardless, the bans are gonna be the same, and I assume I'm pretty sure the first pick Jinx is gonna be the same pick as well. We'll see what the reply from Seng Warriors will be. I think they just ran out of the timer and they couldn't decide on what champion to pick.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. I mean, I don't mind the Karma though. That can be a 3-way flex. You can take her top, mid, or support. Yeah, so I mean, one of the few champions that can be played in multiple roles. I think alongside the Poppy as well, who can be, you can take her top, support, jungle, doesn't matter. So I don't mind the Karma pickup as much, but the Kog'Maw does not do anything right here. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably down to the disconnection, and we are waiting for these guys to connect back into the game so we can start with the draft phase again. But yeah, Jinx first pick. I mean, I am not as big of a fan as you are of that champion, especially when you pick it so early on. You can always counter it with the Jarvan or these junglers, even the Sejuani, the Vi. Just pressing that R button onto the Jinx, and then you are almost so immobile that you can't do much if you don't get that passive. So yeah, but let's see if that remains the same as well.
I mean, yeah, if we see in the other pro scenes as well, I think Kai'Sa, Jinx, probably Ashe and Ezreal are the usual ADCs that you would end up blind picking first. Kai'Sa again is always better than a Jinx in a blind pick, at least has that stealth, the dash and all of those things available to her. Jinx depends heavily on the player as well. If the player is comfortable with that champion, she can just be a huge problem to deal with, and it's usually a misconception that Jinx is weak early on. It's a late game champion, you have to wait for those 3-4 items, but I feel once you finish your first item, like usually they are building the collector now, so if you get the collector and one zeal or whatever, a BF sword if you're going the IE route, already Jinx provides a lot of damage just because of how the W scales with lethality and the ultimate as well. So overall I'm okay with the Jinx pick right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can be a little bit versatile with what you are going to make. Let's just touch on the bans though for a bit, because this connection does allow us to talk about it. The Udyr gets banned. We spoke about it. Always getting banned against Darker Than Z. It seems like followed with the two champions that Venom plays. So I'm wondering what he's going to pull out now. Now that his Cho'Gath and Darius, and I believe those are the only two champions that we have seen him play
Venom
so
played,
far.
yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes he plays the Mundo. I have seen his Smolder left a lot to be desired as well, but that was in a solo queue game. Uh, so yeah, I'm not too sure where he goes, and I believe Copy is not playing this game, because if he was, you would see the Kled ban or the Yasuo ban
No,
or
that's
even the
what.
Yone ban coming in.
Venom
So
would be the go-to top laner.
correct. Regardless, I think Kled would be banned if the Copy was playing. So I don't think he is going to play this one. Yeah, so let's see what happens now.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where this Karma could go. Like you mentioned, she can take the grasp and become this really, really annoying drain tank sort of a champion in the top lane. Like whatever you do, she just presses R and W, and all of her health is just back. Just keeps poking you, annoying you. It just becomes impossible to kill her with all of the shielding and the sustain that she has in lane. So, but that takes away some sort of an engage, because we can see top lane, you can pick something like an On or
Yeah.
other engage champions. So you lose that one out if you do go for the Karma route. But usually when you see a Karma in the team, you would expect a hyper carry in the ADC or the mid lane role that would provide the extra sustain, maybe items like Ardent Sensor, I don't know. Like that was the meta a lot of years ago,
Yeah,
where you would pick something like a Karma top, or Taric in the mid lane, pick Master Yi in the
spam that
jungle.
ardent on everyone.
Yeah.
Face that. Yeah, I mean, speaking of Venom though, he did play a move in Streamer Clash if I remember correctly. So that happened as well. Did not have the best of time. I think he was playing against Copy if I'm not wrong again. So yeah, for all you know, he might just pick up the on and make death cap on it. So he does make a lot of non-conventional builds. The Mana Mune and the Triforce on the Cho'Gath, which you will never see except for this guy. So yeah, let's see what happens here. Just speaking about the side of Kakao Gaming, they have changed their AD carry. T-Berry, who used to be their AD carry, has now joined TOK, of course. But the core of the team remains the same. The top lane, jungle, mid lane, and support are the same. Just the difference in the AD carry. So how do you think that affects them? Suo did not play in the last match against Stealth Flashlight. So the bot lane was obviously completely different, but now with Suo, maybe he brings a lot of familiarity back to the team and how to play the game and just make those calls as well.
I mean, yeah, Suvo has been in the scene for the longest time ever. I think he's been playing since the inception of competitive league in India. So this guy has tons and tons of experience. He knows how to deal with all sorts of situations, and he has his teammates like Dragoon, who he has been playing with in same teams for a long time. So already support jungle sort of a relationship is there for this team. And again, Suva on support will help out the new AD carry that plays in their team as well. He can be the voice of reason, leading the charge in that bot lane, as you would expect a support player to do. And Suvo is definitely the man to do that for the team. So I will try to get in touch with the staff to know what the delay situation is like for the game, and we will try to start this game as soon as possible. And I've just got the news that we are back into champ select, and we should see same bans all around if it was decided that way, or let's see if it's a complete rehaul. But it looks like we are going towards the same bans, and Jinx should be the first pick for Kakao Gaming.
Yeah, and again, guys, just a reminder, the winner of this match will lock in at least the third place spot in this tournament. So whoever loses will get their hands on that 10,000 prize pool as well, 10% of the prize pool. So fourth place, yeah. So again, lot to play for here. Again, the karma gets locked, so that was not an accidental pick. Let's see if they change the Kog'Maw around, because I think that was the pick that was mistaken, right?
So just waiting for the pick. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Already
gonna be
we're
Zillion.
seeing signs of some sort of an
Wow.
hyper carry from the side of Tyson Warriors. You have the Karma, and along with that you have the Zillion. So I don't know how we might be looking at something like. I mean, you would expect a Kog'Maw, but the Kog'Maw was not the reason. I can't wrap my head around. Maybe an Aphelios. I don't know. So let's see what goes on. Maybe even a Master E jungle.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't be surprising. Nami is going to come up as well to protect that Jinx and buffer up against the Zillion. Now I am kind of like 50-60% sure that Karma might just go up into the top lane unless Venom decides to play that Zillion, which wouldn't be surprising. But yeah, Jinx and Nami solid laning phase, but they are very squishy when it comes to the team fight. So you ideally want something like a Braum to stand in front of the Jinx, or these sort of champions, maybe the Tamkins, the Thresh, which can protect her. The Ahri will get logged in for Thorfinn. So I think this is the first time we are going to see him on the Ahri. He has played the LeBlanc, Silas, Pantheon, Zinjao, Aesol previously, but this is the first time I think we'll be seeing him on the Ahri. And Sex Ninja is going to lock in the Jhin for himself, it seems like.
Jhin along with those, I mean, not the most ideal ADC, but I guess he gets a lot of movement speed. That's almost the entire benefit is gonna get. Can't really use the other things that they might provide, but Jhin, all in all, a solid pick. Is one of the S tier ADCs in the meta right now. Can do a lot of damage because of his passive and how it scales with AD as well as critical strike. He can end up getting an obnoxious amount of AD. Suvo's Nami, I mean, he is kind of one-tricking that in solo queue recently. That's the only champion he wants to play, either that or the Leona or the Rel, I guess. These are the three main champions he plays. So if he goes for the Enchanter route, maybe we'll get the Imperial Mandate into Ardent Sensor really quick to help this Jinx out. And for the second phase of bans, we see two junglers being taken away from the side of Kakao Gaming. The Amumu and the Zac goes out of the game. Tyson Warriors reply with top lane bans, Fiora and Camille. So that just gives more hints towards this Karma going top lane.
Yeah, 100%. And the Shyvana will get logged in as well after all these jungle bans, which I'm not a big fan of, honestly. Shyvana, I don't think she is a good champ. Maybe in solo queue in the lower elo it works out because you can get fed and just poke the enemy team out to death. But in competitive games, it can be really hard to play that Shyvana. And Dragoon will always pick up that Nocturne whenever it's left open, and he is going to do exactly that. And for Dead Corporal, I think we are expecting a carry champ to come in, although the Fiora, Gwen, Camille have been banned, so he is getting heavily targeted, but I don't think he's going to run out of options in this one. So let's see what he picks up here.
Gnar, however, and Gnar actually getting locked in right there. So been a long time since I've seen a Gnar in a game, and I really like the champion, so not complaining there. So that rounds up Kakao Gaming's composition. Gnar in the top lane, Nocturne in the jungle, mid Ahri with the Jinx, and Nami bot lane. Let's see what Tyson Warriors reply with. So this is what the flex option gives them. The Karma, I think, certainly will be going in the mid lane now, or the support. Well, going support.
We will just
Zillion
have to
in the
see
mid
where
lane.
it ends up going.
Yeah, Jhin, Karma bot solid lane. They'll just have a lot of sustain. The range to abuse with the Jhin W as well. Solid lane there for Jhin against the Nami and Jinx, but the Nami has a lot of sustain as well. So I'm not expecting a lot of action in the 2v2 itself. Not a lot of kill threat from either side because of the supports, and they're still swapping the champions around. I guess Tyson Warriors themselves are deciding, wait, where should each champion go? The timer is about to run out, and right now it is the Zillion as the support, and the timer runs out. Yep, so Zillion support and Karma mid. Finally, this circus ends.
Looks like Thorfinn will be piloting that Gnar in the top lane because they haven't swapped as well. The RE for Dead Corporal, it looks like, at least in the champ
the
select
graphic,
coming
yeah.
out. Yeah, exactly. And just to touch on the draft as well, I think it would have been much better for the side of Kakao Gaming if they had taken the Lucian with the Nami, right? Because that is now one of the better lanes, and it's so oppressive to play against as well because they can just poke you out and all in onto you as soon as they hit the level 3. So I think I mean, I like the Jinx pick, but I just think pairing it with Nami is not the best thing ever. And from the side of TSW, that's a very unusual draft coming in, except for the Jin, I feel like. So that's
I
there as
just
well.
look at those 5 champions and I think to myself, what is the game plan?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I guess the Nasus wants to just farm up, the Shyvana just wants to farm up. The Zillion is there to give the speed to the Shyvana and the Nasus to run people down. The Karma will provide the speed as well. But there is no sort of a clear engage, no way for them to start the fights. Maybe they are hoping Kakao Gamings would be the ones to do that for them and they just respond.
I mean, it's just a lot of poke from the side of TSW, but they don't really have the tools to engage any of the team fights as well. So the comp does not fit properly, especially the Nasus coming out in the top lane. Just wants to do his own thing, just wants to stack that Q and be a split pusher for days. But again, that can be hard as well against the Nocturne because Nocturne is just so good in punishing those side lanes when it comes to the mid game or the late game as well. So yeah, I mean, I do like the draft coming out from Kakao Gaming. I do think it could have been better, but they have gotten their comfortable champions here, especially with the Nocturne. I don't think you should give Dragoon that Nocturne.
Yeah.
So I wonder if the heavy topside van focus could have been, changed a bit.
So a lot of pick potential there as well for Kakao Gaming. The Ari Charm, the Nocturne Ultimate right there. They have a form of hard engage in that Gnar Ultimate as well. So
yeah,
a lot of options available for Kakao Gaming. They have the tank as well. The sustain coming out by Nami, engage by Nami as well. Not to forget the ultimate. So I feel Kakao Gaming has a good draft and they are definitely having the upper hand going into the game, loading in level 1, but you never know what might happen in game. If the Nasus and the Shyvana end up hyper farming and they end up getting a free lane and a free jungle, it's gonna be hard to deal with. So we already know VXC Venom, very seasoned top laner. He knows what to do and he knows his way around this lane. And as it stands, it's not gonna be Dead Corporal, right? Dead Corporal was on that RE, so he might be going mid.
Yeah.
So even if you put a player of Dead Corporal's caliber against VXC Venom, you can expect him to stop Venom in some way or the other, because Dead Corporal has been playing top lane for such a long time, and you would expect him to, counter this Nasus pretty well, not let him stack all that much. But Venom is not gonna be going against Dead Corporal, and let's see if that decision holds well for Kakao Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, the Dead Corporal, probably one of the best, if not the best, top laner in the scene right now that Panda has gone as well. Again, he has played in the Asian games as well, so he probably has all the tools to manage the Nasus if he does decide on playing the Gnar in the top lane. But even in the mid lane, I think he's a really good player regardless of the role that he plays. Mid, jungle, top, he can play it all. So yeah, and these guys are the second best team out and out, clearly, right? So I think they should be the favorites, and the draft tells a story as well. They have the better draft, in my opinion, at least have the tools necessary to engage or disengage the fights. And we will be jumping into the game, so let's see what holds true in this one. And here we go, guys. Game 1 of the lower bracket, round 2.
Yep. So as is tradition, we will have a pause. So level 1, nothing crazy happening. Everyone is gonna be guarding the lanes. Everyone pretty much spread out for both the teams. Let's see if anyone decides to try to go get deep vision in there. Just looking at the runes as well. Ari is on that electrocute. Dragon actually going for the Conqueror and
Ghost,
Thorfinn
yeah.
deciding
He has
to
gone for the
and
Ghost as well.
Ghost as well. No flash. Yeah, a nice catch
Yeah,
there.
which
And
is, yeah.
Thorfinn on that fleet footwork Gnar, and rest of the summoner spells look pretty standard everywhere. Darker than Z is on that fleet as well. Usually in solo queue you would see the Dark Harvest, I guess, for the E damage and poke. Nasus has gone for the Phase Rush to get that extra speed and mobility. Standard stuff, I guess, except for that Ghost on that Nocturne. Will
Yeah,
just
I
end
mean,
up
100%.
running you down.
And even in the bot lane, Jin has started with boots and 4 bots. Again, not something you see every day, but he wants to keep that sustain up, which I don't think would have been a problem anyway, because you do have a lot of poke yourself with the Zillion coming out in the bottom lane. Having said that, they do want to keep the priority, in the lanes as much as they can, because Shyvana does like to get
Instead
those
of
early dragons
buying,
and keep stacking them up.
I mean, even at this buy, I feel just Doran's Blade gives you more sustain. You have the fleet footwork already, so you have the sustain there, and the Doran's Blade has the HP back and the flat out HP. I don't agree with this build path. Maybe this was the
Yeah.
thing of the past. Like we were doing this in season 4, season 3, like the boots and 4 pots start like that. The long sword and 3 pots start like that. And even if you wanted to do that, why are you spending 200 gold on pots? You can just get a 150 refillable, right? Which can provide you extra value throughout the lane. Let's see how that works out for him, because there is absolutely no way he can take the trades now. Jinx is just flat out is gonna be having a lot more damage, and considering there is a Nami in the lane as well. So 6s on this Jin, playing it extremely safe, goes out for the 4 pot buy with the boots, and I just want to see how this one works out for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's just very. It looks like he is going very defensive in this one and just getting scared of the poke that might come out. Karma places a ward towards the side of KKG and the Raptor camp, so they will have info in about a minute or so that Nocturne did start on the blue side of the jungle. So mirrors start coming out for both these guys. Darker Than Z will be starting on his top side as well, completes the Raptor, will run up to those golems as soon as possible and make his way towards the bot lane. And in the bot lane, again, we have already started seeing the poke that Nami can dish out in the early game.
They get the early push on as well, so they will be getting level 2 before the Jin and the Zillion, as you would expect. I'm just wondering about this lane swap while holding that thought. Suvo hits level 2, will land the bubble, the exhaust will make sure the damage has been cut down drastically, so nothing comes out of that. Forcing out 2 summoner spells early on, the exhaust and the barrier, so good trade all in all from the side of Kakao Gaming. Just heading back to these lane swaps, I don't understand why Thorfinn and DC have swapped. I mean, Thorfinn has been a mid laner for the longest time, and DC has been a top laner for longest time, so I wonder what was going on over there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure about it as well. Maybe they just think that Ari is a great champ, and maybe Thorfinn can't play the Ari. So that could be one of the reasons, but yeah, I'm not too sure. And in the bot lane, 2 summoner spells were blown out as KKG hit level 2, so good trade coming out from their side, and TSW just not respecting the level 2 and have to pay for it with their summoner spells.
Yeah, and already the range advantage and the W passive of Gnar doing work on this Nasus, not letting him farm in peace. Every time he comes forward to get some CS, he will end up getting a boomerang on his face. Has started the Doran's ring, probably is gonna put 2 or 3 points earlier on in the E. Try to poke this down out. And that is just an obnoxious ability. I hate this ability every time I see this.
I mean, Wither is the same as well, honestly. Nasus is just a very annoying champion to play against. But yeah, he has blown both his pots already. So Thorfinn is finding some sort of success. Is up almost 10 CS as well in the top lane and very early on. So the swap so far working out when it comes to the laning phase at least, but then you would expect the Nar to, just be very aggressive towards the Nasus in the early game at least.
So definitely. So Jin doing pretty well for himself in keeping up with the farm. Now Suvo actually gets rooted, but lands a really great bubble onto this Zillion. I'm not sure about that flash forward from the Jinx. You got the flash out of the Zillion, and that is a win in itself. Aizen tries to go aggressive, does end up missing the W, and now that's Jinx without flash.
Yeah, loses his flash, and Dragoon is here to invade the Shyvana, trying to pick up the respawn on those golems. Shyvana having to burn her flash to get out of that situation. Dragoon will exchange that with his ghost as well. Remember, he did not back at all, so I little bit, and he got the 2 crabs as well. So I'm not too sure what went wrong with towards the side of Darker Than Z with his pathing,
Yeah,
especially
you're
because
up 10
Shyvana can.
CS as a
Yeah, I
jungler.
mean, exactly, so early on. I'm not too sure what went down. He is 3 cams behind now, all in all. So I think that's just a missed pathing, or I mean, he just did not have the best early game when it came to the pathing, and now he's going to pick up his wolves. Raptor camp has also been picked up from the side of Dragoon. So Dragoon just playing his Nocturne and being so comfortable at it, he knows what to do
And
on
yeah,
this champ.
it's so bizarre for a jungler to fall back so earlier on, because the jungle camp XP worked very differently from lane minions. So 10
Getting
minions
invaded again
were
with the Ari and Nocturne are on his Gromp right now, and he does not have the flash. I think he's going to die here. Yeah, he does.
Yep.
Nocturne will pick that up.
Dead Corporal
Dead
will
Corporal.
go even more aggressive, trying to get the Zillion. He does not have the flash. The charm connects, the barrier will provide some sort of sustain, but Dead Corporal trying to bite a little more than he could afford.
Oh, he has a 4th
Flash
shot.
forward, the W misses. I don't think it
Gets the
mattered
MS though.
because he had the
Oh.
do not face check as an ADC, my man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was a misplay coming out. All in all, it was a 2 for 2, so it did work out for the side of TSW. But in the top lane, Venom is going to get that solo kill now.
Yeah, gets the 6, gets the ultimate. Will just run down this dinosaur, and he's like, "This is the revenge for the early game boomerangs that you shoved in my face. I will just get the solo kill and peace out." And as is tradition again, Toxic Venom has a tier in his inventory.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand these builds honestly, but hey, as long as it works for him, you can't really say anything because he just got the solo kill onto the top laner as well. So yeah, but I think if he does end up making like mana mune or something else, it is just
ends up getting rooted. A beautiful bubble connects onto both people now. Aizen will retaliate, gets exhausted up once again. Jin going dangerously low, but will just walk out of that. The exhaust and the Zillion slow just too much to follow up with.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful timing to go all in there. Jinx has the serrated Dirk, so has that early game pressure on as well. And the Zillion did not hit level 6 yet, so you could kill the Jin at that timer. But now Zillion will soon hit that level 6. And then it just becomes a lane where you're just farming throughout. And Toxic Venom, again, just only 2 CS behind, has the solo kill onto himself. So I think he's doing pretty good so far in this early game.
Against a ranged top laner with that percentage damage, definitely we would even say winning lane, but holding that thought, the fight breaks out near the Dragon Pit. Shyvana ultimate doing as much damage as he can. The Zillion ult will keep Jin up, and Dragoon finds himself in the middle of 4 people of Tai Seng Warriors. Now Suvo trying to escape. The Jin W misses yet again.
Oh, the Ari is on the flank though.
Dead Corporal is here, gets the shutdown onto the Jinx and gets that kill onto Shyvana for herself. Now let's see if they go for more. The HP bars are going dangerously low. The Nami ult barely misses. So great flank coming on by Dead Corporal to save the fight, where Dragoon ended up dying early on. I think they should have known that Zillion is going to be having his ultimate. There was no reason to commit that hard onto that ADC right there.
Yeah, I think he just forgot about the Zillion ultimate. Honestly, if we can get a replay of that, you'll see decides to go in towards the side of Jin, who was using his ultimate. But if you go against 4 of them at once, it is going to be pretty hard. And I mean, Dead Corporal to the rescue here, uses his R, gets those resets, gets the kill onto the Shyvana and Karma, almost killed the Zillion as well there. But overall, a 2 for 2, and the Dragon is still up for the taking right now. So we are going to see a lot more action coming in because of how much Shyvana loves to get those early dragons in.
Yeah, definitely the passive, the way it interacts with the dragons. But Dragoon is here, knows that is a threat. Might be looking for a dive in the bot lane, honestly. But TSW recognized the threat, and Darker Than Z is here to provide the much needed support for Itachi and Sixes in the bot lane. Now the Karma has pathed her way down as well.
Yeah, I mean, they are just lingering around this dragon. I'm not too sure what's happening there. Meanwhile, the Grubs did go down. 2 of them picked up from the side of Kakao Gaming and 1 for TSW. So they are trading pretty heavily. And now Shyvana is going to farm those Raptors finally. So the dragon will be picked up by Dragoon. So good call coming out. He has the priority in the bot lane as well coming out. Even in the mid lane, Dead Corporal can move. But in the top lane,
Toxic Venom did not realize he has been sitting on a ward all along. Now Thorfinn, did he just jump into his death? And it looks like overestimating his damage. The Sheen, Nasus dealing a lot of damage, and he's like, well, I'll take this free kill, I guess. And Thorfinn struggling against this Nasus, and a fed Nasus is bad news for any team.
Yeah, and this again begs the question of why would Thorfinn need to go towards that top side of the map with an R when you have Dead Corporal, one of the better top laners in the tournament and in the region as well.
Ooh.
And
they jump onto the Karma in the mid lane. Knockdown ultimate being used. The Fear will connect. The Charm connects. It's a matter of time before she goes down. But Nasus is here, but a little too slow with the teleport. Will not be able to get any retaliation onto that kill. So a great pick coming on by Kakao Gaming in the mid lane.
Yeah, and heavy rotation coming from that side of TSW. They are all stacked up here in the mid lane. Nocturne and Ari don't have the ultimates right now to take this fight, so let's see what happens here.
Shyvana turns into her dragon form, uses the Eve, the flame is spitting. The Dragoon gets rooted up though before the Fear could connect. Now the Jin ultimate, can it find its mark? And he gets the 4th shot onto the Dragoon. The jungler is dead. Toxic Venom surviving with the Zillion ultimate. Thorfinn going dangerously low as well. Just a matter of time before he goes down there too. Dead Corporal has been exhausted.
The Karma has joined the party now again.
Karma is right there on the flank. Itachi Uchiha will take down Suvo. Now it's looking like a complete disaster for the side of Kakao Gaming. They end up losing 3 members, and just goes haywire for them.
Yeah, and they lose out on the Grubs as well. I think that was just a very poor team fight coming out from the side of KKG. They did blow their ultimates to kill the Karma earlier with the Nocturne ult and the Ari ultimate used as well. So I'm not quite sure why they decided to take this fight, and they pay for it heavily with 3 kills going on towards the side of TSW, and now they are in the gold lead as well.
Dead
He
Corporal
does have
ended
the
up
reset.
missing.
Let's see if he can get out.
Dead Corporal ended up missing every single ability that he had, but he did end up getting the kill. The Nar slow coming to the rescue of this Ari, and they will get the 2 kills back. And that is just such a lapse in play. There was no reason for Darker Than Z and Toxic Venom to go down there.
Yeah, I mean, Darker Than Z is not having a great game so far. He is getting out jungled pretty hard. But Dead Corporal on the Ari again coming in clutch. He is everywhere trying to get those kills wherever he can. Gets the double kill, I believe, here as well. So as the 250 gold bounty shut down onto himself, and he is he's very well set up to have a beautiful game in this one.
Ooh, the root connects in the mid lane, but the Zillion stun does not land for the follow-up. Now 13 and a half minutes, almost 14 minutes into the game. It is 7 kills to 8 in favor of Seng Warriors. 1000 goal lead for Kakao Gaming just because of the objectives and the farming that has been going around. And most of that gold is on this Ari and the Nocturne.
Yeah, I mean the gold is where you would want it to be, right? These early game, mid game sort of champions who are getting ahead, so they can carry the jinx towards that late game. But on the other side as well, Nas is getting those 3 kills, completing his frozen gauntlet as well is going to spell trouble in the near future for the side of KKGs. Again, the Ari gets rooted and double bomb here might end up going down.
4th shot
Zillion
not
was the
enough, but the
ult,
Zillion bombs are enough to secure the kills. Using the Zillion ultimate just to keep the Jhin safe from the Nocturne ultimate, and great pickup.
Yeah, I mean Thorfinn ends up TPing as well towards the mid lane, so that should free up Nasus to just take that top turret right now. Nasus can be... he can burn those turrets down very easily. I mean, depends on the number of stacks that he has right now. But yeah, any time that you can give to the Nasus to farm up and get those stacks in is ideal for him. And burning that TP from the side of Thorfinn, I mean, I think TSW come out on top in that play at least.
Yeah, with that shutdown, the goal lead has been completely obliterated, so dead even on gold right now. That's a lot of damage onto Shuvo right there. The dragon is about to spawn. It is the Infernal Drake live, so attention should be towards that for both the teams. Dragoon is here to clear out some vision. And Seng Warriors are gonna be second near the Dragon Pit. Now a teleport being channeled by Toxic Venom towards this Wraith Pit. Let's see if they are trying to start any fights over here. The Jhin will open up the curtain call. Great choppers roots up 3 members, but it is not enough. The jungler goes down, so that just means Kakao Gaming will have to give this dragon away. Now let's see if they've had enough, but Dead Corporal being forced to use his ultimate to run away. The Shyvana, he misses the Jhin route, lands though, does not have the flash to follow up over the wall, so Dead Corporal will
Shyvana is coming
yet.
around to land the poke here as well. Let's see if they can chase this out.
Flash
Karma uses the
forward,
flash.
forcing the Jinx to flash as well. Su was surviving with a sliver of HP, all of them so low.
Wow.
Finally the kills are starting to come through. Jhin gets one, Shyvana gets the other, and it's complete disaster for Kakao Gaming. Lose the Drake and lose the chase up fight after that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I am not too sure why Kakao Gaming and Dragoon decided to start that dragon off in the first place when you know Thorfinn does not have the teleport, and they pay for it very heavily. Lose out the dragon, 3 kills, 1 turret, and Thorfinn might just end up dying here as well. So this is just a series of disaster coming out from the side of Kakao Gaming. They find themselves almost 3k behind now in the span of 1 minute, and they have just lost so much pressure and tempo off from the map. Just based off that one bad call to start off the dragon when you don't have the TP. That's just very basic, and yet they do it and they pay for it heavily.
Yep, you add 1 and 1, you get 2, you get a teleport, you suddenly have more members in the enemy team, and Kakao Gaming did not respect that and ended up paying. Big ups to Toxic Venom, had a great flank on that teleport with the Nasus, and suddenly Seng Warriors are the ones in the gold lead. They were 1000 gold behind just like few minutes ago, and now they will end up securing the Rift Herald as well.
Yeah.
Shyvana will pick that up. I would have liked to see that go on to the Nasus, but that's okay.
Yeah, and just a lot of objectives being picked up from the side of TSW right now. Nocturne will use his ultimate onto the Jhin. I don't think he should be that far up, especially when the Zillion and Karma are not around. But that's what Nocturne can do, right? Just pick off these side laners who are trying to farm under the turret or even trying to push out. And I mean, Dragoon is going to die for it somehow.
Probably
We'll
trying
get
to
the
go for the
execute in, though.
execute. Yeah. Will end up executing to the Nexus fountain of all
Thorfinn,
things.
can you fight this?
I mean, the Nasus has the Iceborne Gauntlet now. Thorfinn goes into the mini form, and that is the cue for Toxic Venom to flash forward, and that's like the fourth solo kill or third solo kill onto Thorfinn. So Thorfinn not having the best of days in this top lane, as you would expect against a seasoned top laner like Toxic Venom. The fights continue in the mid lane as well. Dead Corporal going dangerously low. Now Dunk Perry just not giving any breathing room at all. Just constant poke with this Malignance. And it's looking bad for Kakao Gaming as time passes.
Yeah, it's looking real bad for them, and even just making these items. Black Cleaver first is fine, but then you try to make. I mean, he's going to burn the TP now. I am not sure what Thorfinn is trying to do this game. Has died solo 3 times, is making the wet send for some reason against the Nasus. Again, just, I mean, he is one of those players that can have a great game and can go 15-0, but on the other side can run it down as well, right? So, unfortunately for the side of Kakao Gaming, they seem to be losing the coin toss here, and Toxic Venom just making him pay for it heavily here.
I mean, there is no better way to say it. I mean, I hate to use that word, but he is pretty much running it down by looking at those 2 recurve bows in his inventory against the Nasus, who has solo killed him so many times already. Just burning up that teleport, as we saw now, for no reason at all. If you remember the last fight Kakao Gaming lost, that was because Thorfinn did not have his teleport available. And again, that TP is going to be down for a long time, and I will not be too surprised if Thorfinn goes back to mid lane in the second game.
I think that should happen regardless of if they win or lose in this game, honestly. And even the team comp, I have to say, once the Gnar goes behind, the Nocturne also loses his pressure, right? Because now you can't dive the Nasus 2v1, and here again he decides to go in on the Karma.
On the Karma of all people, will end up using his flash defensively. Now,
I mean, if he dies here, they are going to end up losing the Baron.
He is going to die here. Darkness and Zed will secure that kill. They will end up securing the dragon at least, but that just means Tyson Warrior should start up this Baron, no?
Yeah, they are being very pragmatic about it. I'm not too sure why they should be looking to start that Baron. Thorfinn is dead.
Oh, a great charm will connect on to the Zillion.
Zillion has the ultimate though. You can't be burning so much on him.
I mean, I guess he had the shutdown on him, so kind of worth right there. Jinx gets a fat cash of money.
Dead Corporal will go down for it though.
Down.
Yeah.
Sixes takes down Dead Corporal. Now Toxic Venom is just running down the entire backline of Kakao Gaming. Sixes ends up getting a triple for himself. It's a ace effectively coming on for the side of Tyson Warriors.
And again, if you decide to burn 2 of your, ultimates onto the side of Zillion, I mean, you did take him down, correct? But he bought so much time for the other side, and now just Zin gets the triple kill. Karma will finish off the other kill as well. 4 for nothing. Well, 4 for 1 for the side of TSW, and they will pick up the Baron quite easily here.
I mean, you look at the inventory of Jinx as well, and you see the full lethality without attack speed when you have a fed Nasus against you. I wonder what is going on right there. Now Dead Corporal pushed up very far ahead when he just got the notification that the Baron has gone down. Will end up losing his life there as well. So I'm just thinking, is this already mental boom for the side of Kakao Gaming, and they're just like, let's just close this one out and we'll see what to do next game.
Probably. I mean, they just keep on picking these fights again and again. Like, are you going to kill the Jin here? Yeah, he does. So I think that's kind of worth, right? But again, just fighting their way out of a deficit is not usually the best idea. But both the teams are making mistakes.
Yeah, Jinx ends up getting 2 shutdowns for herself, so a good influx of cash. Thorfinn will barely escape with his life. Good CCs do connect onto the Zillion and the Nasus. Now I think The blue side is running it down top lane, getting that pressure onto the tier 2 turret right there. Baron still up on two members of Seng
Yeah.
Warriors.
I mean, some gold swing towards the side of KKG now. I wonder if that top fight would have been different if Karma had not burned her flash trying to secure the
end up
kill.
clearing Toxic Venom in the bot side. The charm connects as well, so Venom caught with his fans down. I don't think he can escape from a 3v1 as Woof almost takes down to them. Oh, the
uses
flash
his
Q
flash
would
as
have
well.
secured the kill, but I don't know if that would have been worth. Regardless, he would have died. Will be flashless for 5 minutes, and now suddenly Seng Warriors are the ones
I think
leaking kills,
Venom is just losing to the shopkeeper at this point. Picks up the last whisper against a team who has picked up Merc Threads and Wits and in this game. So it's just like we talk about this. I think enough already about his item builds, and this is again. I'm not too sure if that works out. Not too sure why you would build Last Whisper in the first place in this game. So. And that's just like 1450 gold wasted from his side. Could have gone towards the Spirit Visage, maybe to increase the healing from his passive and just be more tanky as well.
I will not be surprised if I see a Serildas on that Nasus. Venom is the type of
but
guy
that
to be
it does
able to
not
do
make
that.
sense, right?
Yeah, he'll be like, wait, if I Q once, they go below 50 HP. If I Q the second time, I will get that slow and they can't run away from me. That is exactly what Venom is thinking in my head.
It's painful to watch. I didn't have any better
I'm
words.
just trying
It's
to make
very
sense of
painful
that
to
Last
watch.
Whisper
You
as
can't
best
make
as I
sense of
can.
it. You can't tell me you're going to pick up a Last Whisper against a side who have not gotten any armor items.
Dead Corporal going in. So
Yeah.
this is the catch potential of this team comp showing up right now, along with the Nocturne and the Ari. They take down Dung Perry there, and believe it or not, somehow Seng Warriors are throwing away the lead that they built up for the previous 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they are sticking to what was working for them, and which is just stacking up 5-man and denying the Nocturne and Ari ultimate. And especially when Venom gets picked out in the side lane as well, you lose a lot of pressure, and they are going to stack up towards the dragon that's going to come up right now and see if they can get that 5v5 fight. The Jhin is pretty fed, by the way. Infinity Edge, Static Shiv, Rapid Fire Cannon, he is looking
But
very
meanwhile,
strong.
in the top lane, Dead Corporal is pressuring the tier 3 turret. He will get the teleport
He
up
does
pretty
not have the
soon.
TP up, yeah, as of yet. So let's see. They will lose out the dragon for it.
Blue
But
team
Granat
has somehow
got the dragon.
stolen the Hextech Dragon. What is going on over there? They will get the revenge kill for that at least, but complete disaster. That should just not be happening.
Never falter.
That
Corporal is trying to run away with his life. No words,
and
yeah.
this series, yeah. How do you let a Nar steal the dragon when you have smite up as well? That is beyond me. And now, I mean, KKG will move closer to that Hextech soul, which will be the end of the game, I'm pretty sure as well, because
Yeah.
that soul, especially on Jinx, who is doing pretty well in this game, could just be the game changer. So,
I like how the
got
yeah.
they got such a great lead for themselves, and then they did not make use of all the gold that they got for themselves. Like spending more than 2500 gold on an item that is so useless in this game is
Oh, see, he ended up getting the Serildas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like how the camera ended up panning on top of Darker Than Zed, almost if the game wanted to shame him for missing that smite as well. So unfortunate to see, but let's see if this Serildas, Iceborne Gauntlet, Winter Nasus. I don't think I've ever said these
-1.
items in those order for a Nasus will end up carrying this game, because he was so far ahead in that lane. If he just built standard items, I think he would have been an absolute giga monster to raid boss to deal with. Let's see if his items pay dividend. The Baron has spawned up on the map. Tyson Warriors have the inside route there. They will end up getting the vision, and let's see if they get a few picks and something happens.
Yeah, I mean, Venom is such a good top laner, but his item builds always let him down pretty hard, man. It's very sad to watch. Spending all that gold, all in onto
Fight
the
will break out
Shyvana,
near
bro.
the Baron pit already. Dragoon
Oh,
gets
Nocturne
rooted up.
is
That
dead,
is bad
yeah.
news for Kakao Gaming if he goes down, but he ends up surviving somehow with a sliver of HP. Darker than Z. Dangerously low as well. Aizen will get the kill with the last W. The jungler goes down for the side of Tyson Warriors. Now Dragoon has to dodge fancy feet. Show me those fancy feet, Dragoon. And
Wow.
he cannot. So both the junglers traded for each side. If Dragoon survived somehow, maybe that was the avenue for Kakao Gaming to start that Baron up. Now Toxic
Yes,
Venom,
I think slight misplay from the side of Itachi Uchiha on that Zillion. Did not anticipate the damage coming out of from the Jinx Zap and did not use his ultimate onto the Shyvana as well. So she ends up paying for it. Meanwhile, Toxic Venom just chilling in the side lane, taking these turrets down for fun. And that's what Nasus is supposed to do anyway, especially against a 0-7 Thorfinn. So just making it look easy in the bot lane so far.
I mean, the greatest contribution of Thorfinn in this game was that third Dragon Seal.
Yeah, and that
he's-
could be like game changing as well.
Yeah.
The fourth dragon is going to come up the soul for KKG. That is up in 1 minute and 30 seconds. So if they win off the back of that dragon, I think that
Yeah,
is going to be one of the better plays that he has made this game.
I mean, man is 0-7 with 2 assists, 2 kill participation out of 15. He's not having a fun time.
Yeah, I did not even see the kill participation till you mentioned it. Meanwhile, the Jhin is looking quite strong though. Has around 75%
4
crit strike.
items
I mean, just look at it.
completed already. And
Oh my
he's
God,
gonna
that
be
damage.
hitting like a truck. Nocturne Ultimate used to deny some vision as Toxic Venom finds himself in the middle of 4 people, and if you lose a tank so earlier
Oh
on
my
into the fight,
God, that's a
it's
penta, I
disaster. It's gonna be the first pentakill coming on for Aizen. They were just stuck up in that choke point. The Jinx Ultimate along with those rockets did so much AoE damage. The entire side of Tyson Warriors just went pop.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be game 1.
It should be game 1. The dead timers are pretty long and they have that minion. They have to just protect it. And with this Jinx, you already know it's going to be going down.
Yeah, if you are going to lose this game from the side of TSW, then I'm not sure how are you going to take up the series anyway. This was such a winnable game for them, and they just threw it off. One team fight that
One
Venom
team fight.
thought of starting and going on to 4 people on his own. Nocturnal denies the vision, and just like that, a pentakill for the Jinx out of nowhere, and that's going to be game 1.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we will be seeing that pentakill again. That fight just started and completed in a matter of a few seconds. A great Nocturne Ultimate though in that team fight to deny all of the vision for Tyson Warriors, but man, it just looked like both the teams were making so many mistakes. So first it was Kakao Gaming who were in the lead, then they just threw it away. Thorfinn just absolutely running it down top lane, and then Tyson Warriors found themselves in gold lead and they got the Baron. As soon as they got the Baron, they just started dying for no reason in every single lane. They gave up their leads there as well, and at the end, when just I think the most unspectacular, if that's a word, pentakill for the Jinx coming out right there.
I mean, that's out of nowhere as well, right? I mean, we were just talking about how this Jhin is well set up to carry the game, and we'll see it in the crucial moments that are going to come up as well. The pentakill, first pentakill of the tournament. Quite a coincidence that T-Berry left and now the other Jinx gets the pentakill, but no shots there. Regardless, right? I mean, this was... The difference in quality from yesterday is massive here, and like if both the teams just play like this, then they stand very little chance against Stealth Flashlight tomorrow. So but still a very entertaining game to watch.
It was entertaining, I guess, but lot of mistakes, not a clean game coming out for both the sides, and I would expect them to brush it up in the second game. Reduce the mistakes, because it was more of instead of them winning the game, it just felt like the opposition lost the game on their own. Kakao Gaming, it just felt like just because Tyson Warriors made such a big mistake, they just threw their lead away. Instead of you're talking about players like Dead Corporal, Dragoon, Suo, and Thorfinn here. They do not want to be winning like this. They want to be smashing lane. They want to be taking good decisions in the mid game. They want to be closing out the games with a 10,000, 5,000 like gold lead. I'm pretty sure none of them will be happy with this victory, and let's see if that something changes in game 2.
Yeah, and someone in the chat said beautifully, the only thing worse than that Nasus flank was his build, and I have to agree completely with that. Just spending all that gold and making no use of it, making armor penetration against a team that is stacking up MR, like, it makes little sense in my head, at least. And it just
maybe
like,
if he had better items, he would have been alive longer in that last team
for
fight.
sure, if you make something else, like at least you are giving yourself a chance in these team fights, right? But yeah, I just very sad to watch, honestly.
Yeah, so Tyson Warriors will be kicking themselves as well, because
just look at the replay here, right? They got such a beautiful 3-4-0. They pick up the bot turret, they kill Thorfinn at top, they pick up the Rift Herald as well, they pick up the Dragon as well. So they were doing so well in this game at around 17-18 minutes, and from here to lose the game is just very tragic.
Yeah, it's gonna take a toll on their mental, I'm pretty sure, as well.
It's taking a toll on my mental.
Yeah, it was pretty painful to watch, not gonna lie, but the first thing I'm hoping for is Thorfinn, please go back to mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, Thorfinn did seal that dragon. I'm going to give him massive props for that. That was pretty huge as well in the context of the game coming in. But yeah, I mean, this game, I'm not too sure what to talk about here. Look at this fight as well. Like, every time we see TSW were looking very strong in these team fights. Six has picked up the triple kill here. They end up getting the Baron as well, looking really solid yet again.
Everything just falls apart for Tyson Warriors. They get this Baron, they are at like a 4,000 goal lead.
They pick up the Ahri as well after this, and then just 3 of them end up dying.
And now see, now it's 9-20. Keep a count on the kill counter. It's 9-21 right now, and as the time goes on, just members of Tyson Warriors keep dying. And it was good that from the side of Kakao Gaming, it was the Jinx who was getting all these kills and just melting down the side of Tyson Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, that's the worst Baron play that we have seen in this tournament so far. Just being so greedy, both sides, right? But Dead Corporal and Dragoon held their own pretty well in this game. Knew what what plays to make, diving the Jhin and the second turret in the bot lane.
Here you go, the Dragon Steal.
And here you go, that Dragon Steal. Shyvana had the smite up as well, and that W deals like maybe 300-400 damage. So I'm not sure how
I'm
he
not
has
even sure if
missed that.
the W got it or the straight up E, the jump. That would be embarrassing. But yeah, so looking at the kill counters, we started at 9-21 in the Baron power play, and somehow we are looking at 14-22, 15-22, and after this we will be looking at the game ending team fight. So
yeah, and just look at Venom here. Why are you trying to flank with a Nocturne ultimate? And Jinx played this fight beautifully, by the way. Great position. Just look at him. Gets one reset, and then that's just the end of the game.
Yep. Choke point against a Gnar, against a Jhin. You do not want to be there. Gets that Penta. And he'll be like, thanks for the win. GG easy. Well, let's see if the let's see if their game polishes up a bit in the second game, because I'm not happy with either of these teams. A lot of mistakes all around the map. I can't even congratulate Kakao Gaming for their first game, because if they are to go against teams like Stealth Flashlight, who are waiting in the lower bracket finals for them, they cannot be bringing out games like this.
But look, if there's any silver lining to Kakao Gaming, I mean, it should be the victory, because even though they played pretty poorly, in my opinion, they got the job done regardless. And all it took was one person to just, pop off in one team fight, and that is the saving grace for them even in victory right now. And for TSW, I think you just have to realize when you are so far ahead not to make these, stupid mistakes, especially just close out the game, stick 5-man. Maybe, I am not too sure what to say about Venom as well, because he has been trolling with his builds. Just looking at the match summary here though. Yeah, he got so many solo kills and just did not amount to anything in the end.
So 31 minutes and 47 seconds of almost a clown fiesta in this first game of this best of 3 series. Kakao Gaming do end up winning by a 2000 goal lead, 8 towers to 3. The 3 dragons helping them out there. Both the Baron and the Rift Herald were for Seng Warriors, but they were just unable to close out the game. And you know what, after this game, if this was a football game, instead of Kakao Gaming straight up winning, it just felt like Seng Warriors scored like 2 own goals and they just lost, and that's how Kakao Gaming won. That's what it feels like to me right now.
Yeah, and we will have the damage graph coming in as well, and I would like to see how much damage did the Jinx deal. A dead corporal dealing a lot of damage, and I'm pretty sure that pentakill really increased the damage output in the graph as well for the Jinx. I think he dealt like more than 4-5k damage in that team fight. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Jin again he was set up pretty well to carry the game. Unfortunately for him, he could not do that, and story of the game.
Earlier on, the Shyvana pick also completely getting out jungled by Dragoon in all aspects, was behind so much CS, so much experience, already getting invaded left, right and center. So Shyvana struggling a lot. Let's see what he ends up picking up in game 2. Let's look at the crucial MVP for this game though, and that is going to be the Jinx. So Jinx Aizen did very well, 10-2 and 2, was the only one who did not die cluelessly, had great positioning, built those items up, got those CS up, was against a fed Jin but made sure that he is positioning well, and all of that accumulated to that pentakill, and I'm pretty sure he will be keeping that replay with him for a long time to come.
Yeah, 100%. And anytime you get a pentakill, like, it's a big thing, man. It doesn't happen so often, right? But shout out to Dead Corporal as well. He had a beautiful game on the RE as well. Was carrying the team on his back for much of the early game and the mid game as well, along with the Nocturne. So yeah, but the Jinx got the pentakill, the ultimate game-changing 5 kills, and they won off the back of that single team fight. So again, Aizen has to be the MVP, but huge shout out to Dead Corporal on that game one.
Yeah. Even Dragoon in the early game completely having the momentum with him and affecting the early game all around. So well played all around by Kakao Gaming, at least earlier on, and let's just hope that things turn up for better in the coming game.
Yeah, and I just hope Thorfinn goes back towards that mid lane, and Dead Corporal can go towards that top lane, and more to come in game 2 as well. We will be seeing you pretty soon for that game 2. Game 1 goes to Kakao Gaming, and we have a very bloody series in our hands, so stay tuned and we'll see you pretty soon.
Shadows are calling, the curtain is drawn. How far we have fallen, I'm out on the run. Live in the violence, die by the sword. We swore on our honor, and the light turned to black. We fight to the ending. There's no turning back. Live in the violence, die by the sword. Deep in the fires, that's where darkness is born. Haunting my dreams, I see the sign. Let darkness arise. I watch it all fall. I watch it all fall. I watch it all. I watch it all fall. Haunting my dreams, I see the signs. Let darkness arise. I watch it all. I watch it all fall.
And if you wanna be a millionaire, your own form of superhero, have matters in your own hands, and get away from all the zeros. Will you listen to the plan and all that it demands? Well, here's your chance. Focus on the good things, nothing on the bad. Forget all your needs, focus on the task. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? And they say you're a long shot, maybe you should pass. Well, look down at yourself, show them what you have. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? If you believe in all that you see, there ain't no way left, it starts with a dream. Starts with a dream. And if you wanna be a millionaire, your own form of superhero, have a house in a center square, and hear your name when the wind blows. Will you listen to the plan and all that it demands? I say again. Focus on the good things, nothing on the bad. Forget all your needs, focus on the task. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? If they say you're a long shot, maybe you should pass. Well, look down at yourself, show them what you have. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? If you believe in all that you see,
Ayy. Skirt. Ayy. Skirt. Ayy. I might just get a little crazy for the one time. I might just link up with lil' baby cause she so fine. She be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch because it's my time. I might just get a little crazy for the one time. I might just link up with lil' baby cause she so fine. Yeah, she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch because it's my time. And yeah, it's my time, I guess that's alright. She always tell me when she see me that it's on sight. I might just pull a Stevie Wonder cause I don't fight. And I might just take her down for the one night. I might get a little crazy for the one time. Yeah, I might link up with lil' baby cause she so fine. Yeah, she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch cause it's my time. Yeah, I might get a little crazy for the one time. And I might link up with lil' baby cause she so fine. But she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch because it's my time. Yeah, both though, don't like the show, bo. My life be moving too fast for the slow-mo. And yeah, I got it, I won't pay you for a promo. That money going up and down like a yo-yo. I do my money dance, I know I'm what they crave. I walk around fresh to death like I just left the grave. My diamonds really yellow like they lemonade. Cause I've been really getting paid on the center stage. I might get a little crazy for the one time. Yeah, I might link up with lil' baby cause she so fine. Yeah, she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch cause it's my time. Yeah, I might get a little crazy for the one time. And I might link up with lil' baby cause she so fine. But she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch because it's my time. I might get a little crazy for the one time. Yeah, I might link up with lil' baby cause she so fine. Yeah, she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch.
Hi guys, welcome back to Crucial by Micron presents MidfailYT Community Clash, presented to you by the Esports Club powered by Zota Gaming, and we are in the lower bracket semi-finals between Kakao Gaming and Seng Warriors. I am Fireball, with me is joining Madness. Madness, welcome back, and what are your thoughts on the first game that we saw?
Yeah, it was a crazy game. I don't think we expected Kakao to come back after that. Kind of how Thorfinn kind of threw the early game a bit too much there. But the Jinx pentakill towards the end, obviously a highlight for that man. Especially getting a pentakill in a tournament at this point of the stage in the tournament. It's always a big deal.
Immortalized on the YouTube board. I'm pretty sure he will be opening this one up again and again and showing it to his friends. Ended up getting that MVP as well. So just let's jump into the champ select game 2 of this semi-finals. Best of 3, remember. So essentially 2 eliminators to play for Seng Warriors if they want to go and have a shot in the lower bracket finals against Stealth Gaming. Let's see what the bans are gonna be. We have Kakao Gaming taking down the Cho'Gath. They don't want to be playing that against the Venom. TSW will be taking down Thorfinn's Xinjiao and Pantheon. Pretty standard stuff going all around. So draft, the ban phase at least identical to the first game.
Yeah, exactly, and they're again targeting Thorfinn again, getting out his 2 primary champions over there.
And
so
the
because
Gwen
of that,
taken away.
yeah, the Gwen is also, that's the change, right? Getting the Gwen out instead of what they did in the first game, and again they're locking in the Jinx as the first pick for the side of Kakao.
So the sides are same. Kakao Gaming will be playing on the blue side yet again, so they end up first picking the Jinx yet again. I mean, why not, as in just coming off of an MVP performance on that champion. Seng Warriors will decide to keep that Karma in the composition yet again. So again, a 3-way flex, can go anywhere, was picked up in the mid lane in the first game for Dung Perry. Let's see if they keep it that way or they have something else on their mind. Now this time we see a change. We see the Zeri being picked up. So this is what I was expecting with the draft in the first game. With the Zeri, I mean with the Karma and the Zillion, you would expect the hyper carry like a Zeri to be in the team. So I'm pretty happy with that pickup along with the Karma. Kakao Gaming reply with the Amumu, and there is a Zed hover.
Yeah, that Z hover is a bit spicy there, but no, instead they choose to lock in the Nami. Again, the same combo coming in for the bot lane with the Jinx and Nami coming there. So yeah, as you said, this Karma is a flex, can go either way. So it's interesting to see what they're going to pick as their third pick over here.
So Suvo deciding to keep his comfort pick, the Nami. He was getting great bubbles off, and like it makes sense why change the bot lane. Bot lane was doing well for themselves, and that was the only lane clearly winning out and out. So Aizen and Suvo would be picking on the same composition, but again I would have expected something more aggressive coming out from the side of Suvo, not the Nami, but. Sure, if it worked previous game, it can work this game as well. The Nunu this time being locked in for Darker Than Z, so drops that Shyvana did not work for him at all, was completely getting gapped in the early game. So this time he will be trying to roll down this snowball and try to do something.
Yeah, and the Camille ban coming in for TSW over there, plus this side, from the blue side, the Nasus getting banned out, so they don't want Toxic Venom on his Nasus, even though kind of he goes for unconventional builds on that champion. So even though he was far ahead in that game, it was a bit of a rough time for him later on. And the Mumu ban also, Mundo ban also coming out against Toxic Venom, and there's just four top laners getting banned in the second phase of banning phase.
Yeah, so heavy target coming onto Toxic Venom because you know that he is such an oppressive laner. Last game as well, he got like 4 solo kills onto Thorfinn, and Thorfinn was just not able to keep up with Toxic Venom at all. But unfortunately, Toxic Venom kind of, decided to lose the game to the shopkeeper, unfortunately. This time he does end up picking the Mordekaiser. We have seen him play that a lot, and he's very comfortable on that champion, and Mordekaiser just so obnoxious to deal with if we can get that same sort of lead in the top lane again, and they end up picking the Kale against the mod there.
Yeah, and the team is looking a bit too squishy for the side of the blue side of Kakao Gaming, right? It's a little too squishy in my opinion for how it is going. The Mumu's pretty much the only front line they can have at that point, whereas the side of TSW has the Nunu, has the Mord, can create a lot of pressure from that side. And look at this, the Yone coming in as the 5th champion.
Very interesting and spicy pick coming on right there. So I'm assuming again it's gonna be Dead Corporal playing that Yone in the mid lane, and Thorfinn will be taking this scale to the top side. And let's see what the last pick from TSW is gonna be. They are missing the mid laner or slash the support depending on where this Karma is gonna go, but ends up being a Renekton. So Renekton mid against that Yone to counter that one out. Melee on melee combat there in the mid lane. Venom will be playing that mod against Thorfinn yet again in the top side. So let's see if Thorfinn finds some success this time around in this alien lane almost to him. He has been the mid laner for all these tournaments. Decided to pick up top and was smashed around unfortunately by Venom in lane at least. So let's see if he can do something other than what he showed us last game.
Yeah, he did get solo kill a couple of times by Venom in that top lane, maybe trying to go for a champion that can scale, so in case even if he gets smashed early on, he can scale for that late game and combo with his team like that. But as I'm saying, I like the side of TSW more in this draft.
I mean, yeah, there is that support coming on to the Zeri with the Karma Shield. Even the Nunu passive gives attack speed, so Zeri has the capabilities and the utility present in her team to carry this one out. But the engage, I think it's heavily gonna be dependent on the Nunu snowball right there. for the side of Kakao Gaming, they have the Amumu and some sort of combo forming right there with the Amumu ultimate following up with the Yone ultimate, and then the Jinx just firing away. Protection there for the Jinx as well with this Nami, as well as the Kale ult, which can keep Aizen alive, and we already saw he was pretty good with his positioning in that first game. So let's see if he can keep that up and try to carry out this game as well.
Yeah, as you said, Aizen had great positioning in that first game, only 2 deaths to his name, that pentakill towards the end, so he has been playing it properly. He was kind of the best hyper carry towards that late stage of his game, and now with this Kale ultimate, with the Nami protection, there's going to be a lot that you have to do to just get this Jinx down, and unless Mord can maybe ult the Jinx, I don't think there's anything you can do to stop her at this point, because it's very hard for you to engage right on her out of nowhere given what champs you have on the side of TSW.
Definitely. Now Thorfinn has to be a bit careful, although he has picked up the passive champion. He would be looking to scale and not fight, hopefully. So, but if Venom gets ahead like the previous game, 3-0, 4-0, Mordekaiser coming out of lane is very dangerous. He can just start dominating the entire map by himself. I mean, that could have been the case with the Nasus as well, but definitely not with the Serilda's grudge Nasus. Let's see if he keeps it simple with the Mordekaiser. I do not want to be seeing any tier builds. I do not want anything of that nonsense. Come on, keep it meta.
Yeah,
you're already smashing lane. Just build to your strengths and carry the game out, because you are giving yourself the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, as you said, the only one that can beat Venom like this is Venom himself, the way he's playing it, because he's losing to the shopkeeper, as you said. If he had built maybe a more standard Nasus build, maybe that entire reflection of that game would have been completely different, how it had gone, because he had such an early lead. But yeah, here, if he can maybe get that early lead, start building a bit more conventionally, carry his team more towards those team fights, and maybe split push very well, it can also lead to maybe TSW getting the second map and maybe heading to a Game 3.
Definitely, that's what the Seng Warriors would be looking to do. They have to win 2 games in a row, essentially get a reverse sweep if they want to go to the lower bracket final. And for the side of Kakao Gaming, they would try to remind themselves not to make the same mistakes again. So let's just jump into the game madness and see how this one pans out.
Oh, this is going to be crazy. Look at this. Initially, look at the red side. They are going for the invade. Catching out Suvo. Suvo might have to burn his flash, but gets the stun connected by the dragon just before the flash goes out, but still managing not to get Suvo down anyway. Only a flash burn from Suvo. That is big though still. And look at the blue side. They have warded out the top side of the red side jungle.
I mean, it's a Nunu as well, and you know a Nunu can be a big threat on that level 2 gank. Ooh, but we have Dead Corporal and Dragoon waiting for Toxic Venom in the top side bush. Toxic Venom being forced to flash away. Mumu is there, crying a river on the floor. Will end up securing the kill.
God.
Now make it a double for Dead Corporal. Dunk Parry almost going down there as well. Now Karma is there to provide some sort of respite, but it's a level 1 Kale against the Zeri with the Karma on her back. Thorfinn realizing he's losing that will flash away. Flash forward from the Karma. The ult Q misses. Toxic Venom is taking down Dead Corporal. Dead Corporal deciding to stick there for a long time as well. What is going on already?
Guys, this is looking like my ranked matches at this point, the way these fights are going out. And a bunch of flashes burned across the map, and this camp from the blue side in this bush was good, but again, the Karma also burning the flash towards the end of that fight just to get the enchanted Q off. Did not hit, and so there's a flash burn for nothing actually in that scenario. But look at this, Sixes comes around from that side, and it's just so hard to talk about what exactly happened. Dead Corporal just getting caught out again over here, stuck around too much. Toxic Venom gets the kill on him, and we just had too many fights in the. It's not even been 3 minutes, guys, and there's been 4 kills.
Yep, 2.5 minutes, 2 kills to 2. Now Dragoon finding himself 1v1 up against this Nunu in the top side jungle. So just catching our breath. Let's see where the kills went. 1 kill went to both the Mordekaiser and the Renekton for the side of Tycing Warriors, whereas both the kills for Kakao Gaming went to Dead Corporal on this Yone. So the Yone is definitely going to be a danger. Already starting the lane with a recurve bow in his backpack, which is gonna be helping him a lot. Whereas Dunkperry could only afford the tier 1 boot. And yeah, after that skirmish earlier on, we have Kakao Gaming at the around 500-600 gold advantage. And now Suvo and Jinx already doing so much work in the bot lane. 10 CS lead in like the first 3 waves, madness.
That is crazy that you have 10 CS, but look at this, Nunu coming in from the side.
Nunu rolling it down. Dead Corporal on the wrong side of the map will end up dying. So good kill there, picked up by Darker Than Zed, realizing, counting the flash timers. I mean, the entire world is lacking a flash on their champion right now. So free reign for the Nunu to just go and gank whatever lane he wants. Gets a successful gank off and will take down Dead Corporal in the mid lane.
Yeah, and for the next 2 to 3 minutes, Nunu can get some very well-timed ganks on the mid or top, maybe a dive on top because Thorfinn doesn't have his flash either. So because of those flashes burnt early on, it's so easy for the Nunu gank. And Dead Corporal honestly should have kept this in mind, maybe warded towards the top side of the bushes because he had seen the Nunu be invading the Amumu at the blue buff towards after all those fights had gone down.
Ooh, the bubble does connect onto the Karma, but Suvo going dangerously low and running out of mana as well. He is forced to use the heal because they see the Nunu coming in for the gank. So Suvo going very aggressive, ends up losing his summoner spell for essentially nothing. They get nothing in return, and now the Zeri and Karma will be looking to get the counter push and crash the wave.
Yeah, and I don't think that heal was even necessary because the Nunu got stopped in those chompers from the Jinx that Jinx had left behind. So maybe just an ill-timed panic heal from him. And look at this Nunu is just snowballing around the map everywhere. He's just running around. He's having the time of his life. He's like, oh, you don't have a flash, you don't have a flash, let's go here.
Definitely, and this is where Nunu excels as well. Is so easy to gank with that champion with the snowball, and he's just making sure that he abuses these flash timers a lot and is being a menace all around the rift. But right now the Zeri has brought herself back a bit closer in the farm deficit right there, but Suvo is continuing to be a menace for him with his long range Ws, but so is the Karma returning the favor right there.
Yeah, and as you said, Suvo Six is catching up pretty well, but in the meantime, look at Dead Corporal. You're not winning that trade there over there, and you don't have the TP to come back to lane. So maybe, and at the same time, Dunkberry can maybe push out his lane and maybe head towards the dragon just hovering because he does not know what the Amumu is. Red's TSW getting that Hextech dragon at the same time, Amumu getting those three void grubs up top. Standard equal trade early game on, but I would always favor those void grubs over the first dragon.
I mean, yeah, definitely easy for the Nunu to get the objectives because of his Q, so they end up securing that, which is going to be the Hextech Drake, good Drake to pick up, but they do end up losing the 3 grubs, so Kakao Gaming will have that extra damage onto the turret. Well, he's still yet to secure the third one now. There we go, finally ends up getting the 3rd grub there. And 6.5 minutes into the game, 3 kills to 2 for the side of Seng Warriors. And now Seng Warriors are 200 gold up.
Yeah, they're getting themselves a bit of that goal lead. That Mort came to a little trouble the Amumu there, so it took him some time to get that 3rd grub over there. So that maybe delays his pathing afterwards. But at the same time, you can see that this Nunu is just roaming around the map, just showing everybody where he is. He does not care. He's like, you can see where I am. You can't do anything about it right now. He's already going towards that Amumu there. And look at this, Dunkberry going a little aggressive on Dead Corporal in the mid lane, but Dragoon going on Darker Than Zed here.
Now fight should break on. Great ultimate landing onto the Nunu by Dead Corporal will end up taking down Darker Than Z there. Now Dunk Ferry forced to slice and dice away. Ooh, the Q from Amumu barely misses, but yeah, Darker Than Z just running it down mid lane, goes into the jungle of Dragoon and ends up losing his life. And another welcome kill for Dead Corporal in the mid lane.
Yeah, especially what Darker Than Z is showing himself wherever he's going, so that was a huge mistake from him, honestly, over there. He was a bit overconfident, maybe, how it was playing out. Maybe did not expect the move to be right there at the chickens or the raids over there. But look at these trades. Dunkferry is definitely winning out huge amount in these trades against Dead Corporal in the mid lane.
I mean, yeah, that's what you would expect the Renekton to do. Remember, Dunk Ferry picked it up as a counter to the Yone. So strong earlier on and should be able to beat out this Yone in the trades, as you can see. Will force the Yone to teleport back into lane, and the Yone is keeping up in CS, and well, he has 3 kills because of that early game Fiesta, so that helps him out quite a bit.
The early game Fiesta plus Darker Than Z a bit rolling it down mid, but look at this. At the same time, Suvo having to burn his flash due to the Nunu coming in. Even Nunu getting started choppers. Suvo ulting away just for fun, maybe, because I don't think you can do anything off that ult over there, Drew.
Maybe trying to look for a counter engage, but Aizen was not on the same page as him, and I'm thinking that was a good choice by the Jinx because it was still a 3v2. I don't think they would have been winning that exchange if they decided to turn it around. Now, meanwhile, Darker Than Z will come back to this mid lane. Dunkferry forced to flash away, but Dragoon is here for the counter Kang. Dunkferry goes back in, will miss the Q. Dead Corporal surviving with single digit HP in the mid lane. And again, wait, that is a Zeri flashing forward with her ultimate. Gets the kill for herself, so I guess that works. Walked all the way from bot lane to mid to get that ADC gank off, so at least they ended up trading kills, 1 for 1.
Yeah, but look at these blatings that this Jinx is going to be picking up over here because of that, and the Zeri had to burn her flash. But Dragoon's got
bad
no
for
man's land
Dragoon
here.
right here, stuck on the wrong side of the map. They will end up giving that kill to Toxic Venom. He'll be like, thank you very much. Gets his second kill of the day, has the completed Rylai's Crystal Scepter already, but this Yone is looking kind of dangerous now. He will have that Blade of the Ruined King on the back, and what looked like a counter lane for Dunkferry has completely flipped around, and now we see some sort of a lane swap already, early lane swap.
It was because of how Sixes came in mid lane, right, to try and get to actually get that kill on Dead Corporal. After that, they just decided to stick in the lane, get that farm there, and send Dunkberry bot lane after he respawned. But look at this, they're paying for those Void Grubs, and they're gonna be denying the Amumu getting all 6, right? He got 3, they're gonna get 3, but Amumu's looking to maybe try and get Dragon off the back of this. I don't think it will be that possible.
So mid lane has been pushed by Dead Corporal. The Dragon has spawned up right now. Dead Corporal will start walking towards that objective, but the bot lane is being pushed by Dunkferry. He will be the first one to reach there. The bot lane of Kakao Gaming moving towards the area as well will be the first ones in the area. Dragon going dangerously low. Dragoon although decides to turn, get the great ultimate onto Itachi and the Zeri. They will end up taking down those kills there, and Darker Than Z just a few moments before he passes away as well. Toxic Venom trying to do as much as he can, the kill ultimate, making sure that he stays alive, and at the end of the day it's gonna be 3 kills for the side of Kakao Gaming, and they do not lose anything, and they end up getting the Dragon there as well.
Yeah, and that was a very good bait on the side of Kakao Gaming, right? They're getting the Dragon, they know it's dangerously low, and they still decide to turn there, right? Dragoon with an excellent bandage into the ult, right? Over there, catching out, as you said, Itachi Uchiha over there, the Karma. no man's land. So now without those shields or anything protectiveness, it's hard. But look
Suvo
at this.
gets knocked up by the Nunu, and Itachi Uchiha is there, but it's gonna be Zeri from downtown with the extended range on her W, so the kill goes on to the correct member. They will be happy because of that. We keep seeing this again and again. Suvo goes for these deep visions at the wrong time. He ends up going in alone. This has been a mistake on his part for the longest time ever. I've been playing with this guy for years and years, and he always somehow does this. I mean, if you're going for a deep board, at least take your ADC with you, or at least take the jungler with you. Do something. Don't be alone inside the enemy side of the map with no vision.
Yeah, and he did get the deep ward, right? But he just continued to sit in that bush, which was a huge mistake from his part. And yeah, you're talking from personal experience that I can make out that maybe a little frustrated because you play ADC, you played with him in that role, so you understand how it works out. So yeah, maybe even Aizen maybe getting a bit frustrated with how Suvo maybe played that out.
And another thing to take away from the last fight was Thorfinn held himself with 2 kills, but he is in the death realm. The flash Q actually ends up missing now, but this is just a matter of seconds before Thorfinn goes down. And in the bot lane, the fight continues. Great use of the chompers to stop Nunu in the wave. Great bubble coming on by Suvo. Now Aizen looking for the reset, but it's not gonna happen. Now Dragoon and Toxic, when I'm going up against each other, why is an Amumu trying to 1v1 the Mordekaiser? Only he knows that. And the fights just keep on happening. Dunkberry has slain Dead Corporal. It's just action all around.
Yeah, this action does not stop. Maybe an ill-timed gank from from Dead Corporal over there from the side, and Aizen had flashed forward there for a kill, but I don't think that was worth it in that fight, because I don't think you could do anything with the Nunu standing in between them, and Nunu's just choosing to take the golems there on the bot side instead. Now just getting his farm up. He is behind in farm. His CS is almost like a 20 CS deficit to the Amumu, so that is there. In the meantime, Dunkberry getting some free farm in the mid lane without the Yone being there. Yone ending up having to TP back to the lane to try and catch up over there. And now the Rift Herald has spawned, and maybe Dragoon might be looking for this later. But as we talk about that Toxic Venom going in on Thorfinn
does have the red buff for the slow and the Rylai's as well. Will force the Kale ultimate out, and he decides to back away because he sees Dragoon and Dead Corporal coming onto the top lane. Flash over the minions to land the stun. Toxic Venom just a matter of seconds before he goes down. Great counter gank coming on by the side of Dragoon and Dead Corporal, but that just leaves the mid lane wide open. Instead of pushing that one out, Dunkberry is going towards the top side for some reason. Now he will be pushing the lane out, but I felt he could have gotten some damage down onto the turret at least.
Yeah, it is a little too late. Maybe he was just in 2 minds about what to do, but look at this, the Nunu snowballing down. He's looking for a gank over here. Might catch a true over here, but look again, excellent choppers.
Will end up getting caught yet again. Sixes get the kill now. Aizen, as an ADC main, I've seen this movie way too many times. He will end up getting
deja vu over there.
People. Yeah, so getting the ADC treatment right there.
Yep. The special treatment only reserved for ADCs when you're 1v4 under your own tower and there's nothing you can do, nowhere to go. You just have to accept your fate at that point.
Yeah.
But even with Thorfinn having a bit of an advantage here, he's always going to lose to this Mordekaiser.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to push up that far ahead. You have against you a Mordekaiser with a Rylai's. All he needs to do is connect one ability, and you just have no ways to escape that. He is, especially without his flash and his ultimate there as well. Again, I think this just shows the lack of experience in top lane for Thorfinn. Does not realize the matchup all that well.
True, it is more of a bit of a curved lane, so it has more area that you have to cover when you want to fall back compared to mid lane. So maybe Thorfinn is just not used to it. Meantime,
Dead Corporal just dashing into the Baron Pit, trying to do something funny for his side. Will just end up dashing back, does not lose anything. So Icing Warriors will secure the second dragon, which is the Cloud Drake. So we are playing on the Cloud Soul map. Now, slowly but surely, Sixes on this very is developing a solid lead for himself. He's building towards that Infinity Edge already. And along with this Karma, Sixes is going to be very difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and he does have the objective bounty on his head. And as you said, the dragons have been alternating. Each side getting the next dragon. And now we do have a Cloud Soul. So if it's going in that same pattern, Kakao Gaming should be getting the next dragon, depending how they set it up for that time in 5 minutes time. But at the same time, they're getting that mid tier 1 turret for themselves. And look at this, the Renner is looking for a flag, maybe, but will that be enough against this team right now?
So Rift Herald did get the charge on the tier 2 in the mid lane.
So done very.
Why is he walking from there? What is going on? And
what I was
is
talking
dying
about.
for
The Renner
free.
was looking for it. Yeah, there was no
I
reason.
don't understand why he would walk from there in front of 4 people of Kakao Gaming. Complete lapse.
Maybe
in
like a
judgment, just die
miscommunication.
for free.
Maybe a miscommunication also. Like maybe he's telling his team to come down, they weren't listening, and he wasn't listening to their call of backing off, and he just walked up there. And that's probably just how he ends up dying, because that just seemed like a very, very unnecessary death on his part.
Definitely that did not work out at all for the side of the Seng Warriors. So 19 minutes into the game, Kakao Gaming are 10 kills to 12. It's pretty much even on gold. 500 gold at this stage does not really matter all that much. So game stayed pretty much even.
Yeah, it's a pretty even game at this point. Goal difference a bit favor in Kakao Gaming, even though being 2 kills behind and 1 dragon behind because of the turrets that they have been. They took that extra turret in the mid lane because the 3 there. But look at this, they're trying to dive the Gale here. Gale does have ultimate though.
Gale does have the ultimate. I think they realize that and back away from that. Jinx ultimate.
The Jinx
barely
rocket.
misses.
Oof. That being said, they did fall off. Thorfinn was left with low HP, having to back here. Dead Corporal just trying to maybe cancel some backs of Toxic Venom there. Toxic Venom gonna have to be here to catch that wave. And we do have Baron spawning in around 15 minutes time.
Now Zeri is here for the gank onto this Yone. Will end up going into melee range of a Yone. You do not want to be doing that, but Dead Corporal will end up going down. Flash forward from Thorfinn will end up taking down 2 kills for himself. Very, very poor positioning coming on by this Zeri from the beginning of that fight. Just ended up taking so much damage from this Yone, almost at melee range against him. Now Thorfinn picks up 2 shutdowns on this scale, and this just means Kakao Gaming can start up this Baron, and with this Jinx it's gonna start.
Look at this, the TP is coming in. The TP is coming in for the Rectum. They have to back off. They understand their position. They are backing off at a good time. They might be caught off from this Nunu. Look at the flag from the Nunu from around.
Big
They're getting caught off
from the Nunu. But there is just no follow-up flashes being burnt left and right. The ultimate from Dragoon keeps him alive, and they end up taking down Darker Than Zed. So the flank angle was good, but there was just no follow-up. Now Dead Corporal is here with his teleport, and this time Kakao Gaming will be looking to finish up this Baron.
Yeah, especially with the jungler dead, I think this might be pretty bad, but it doesn't look like TSW wants to give it for free at all. They are challenging this. Dead Corporal is going there to put some damage on them. They don't have vision right now of this Baron. They have to walk up.
Now Baron doing a lot of damage onto Kakao Gaming. Thorfinn has joined up the team fight now. Baron going dangerously low. Toxic Venom going in front. Sixes again in the front line for some reason. They end up trading the mid laner for the ADC. The aggro on Baron has still kept on.
But look here,
Darker Than Zed. Flash forward onto
Flash
the
forward,
choppers.
getting
Can he do
stunned.
it? No!
No.
The blue team secures the smite. Great smite coming on there by Dragoon, and this is just such a messy fight. Just such a dirty fight from the get-go. I don't even know what to say anymore. But the end of that,
the entire game has
Kakao
been
game.
chaotic, to be honest. Here, Fireball.
Kakao
The entire
Gaming
game has
do
been
end up-
like. What is happening? We do not know at any point of what is going on in this game. The amount of fights that this Baron has been generating, it has been started, has been stopped, has been started, has been turned around, started again. Came in for the flash, maybe steal with the smite from Darker Than Z, but getting stunned, getting caught in choppers as well, so he could do nothing. And this might result in Dragoon getting this dragon, but look at this, Darker Than Z coming, snowballing in here.
Dragoon ends up using his ultimate. Is a good ultimate, did catch up the Nunu on the tip of that as well, so they take down the support. Hitachi Uchiha, let's see if they go for more. Darker Than Z will follow. Another great stun lands onto Toxic Venom. Dead Corporal looking to follow up. Even more great ultimate in the backline. They end up taking down Toxic Venom as well. So 3 kills for nothing for Kakao Gaming. Along with the Baron buff, will end up getting the second dragon for themselves. Looking at a 7,000 goal lead at 23 minutes.
And yeah, they're getting everything. And I said that how it has been going with the dragons has been alternating between teams. So Kakao Gaming was due this dragon no matter what was going on. So that was an excellent turn by Dragoon, catching the Karma out, burning the Karma first, and the Dead Corporal catching her by the tip of his sword basically, just as she was running away. And they're just burning her. Using that, they're taking full advantage of this Baron, to be honest.
And yeah, definitely a great crucial Baron power play coming on by the side of Kakao Gaming, and 8,000 gold lead. They will end up recalling now finally, and will spend all of that gold they just accumulated. And I am afraid it's getting out of hand for Tyson Warriors. The Kale is just gonna get stronger already at 14 minutes. Has the completed Rabadon's death cap along with the Nashor's Tooth, and Thorfinn a complete 180 from game 1, showing up big time in this second game. Has the means to carry this game on his back. Aizen again on this Jinx, doing so well for himself. 4-1 and 5, and Dead Corporal, well, doing what we would expect Dead Corporal to do. And Tyson Warriors is not having a great game.
Yeah, not having an answer, even though they had the counter in that mid lane with the Renekton on that Yone. They could pretty much not do anything. But look at this Yone. As we talked about, Yone is getting caught in no man's land again. He does nothing you can do here. Maybe take Nunu with you before you go.
Yeah,
and maybe the Karma?
One kill, almost getting the Karma there as well. So you just see how much effort they have to put to take down this Yone, but again was out of position and will end up paying with his life. But the bot lane is here. I mean, just the ADC part of that. They are looking to continue to pressure this bot side turret. Meanwhile, Thorfinn is on the top side, hammering away on to Toxic Venom. And I just feel if the kiting is happening well, Toxic Venom would not be able to keep up with this scale anymore.
Yeah, I don't think he actually can keep up with how this scale is going. He did have early advantages in the beginning of the game, how he's pushing the Kale in. The Kale got those 2 crucial opening kills for herself when she went bot side a bit with the TP play. And because of that, she managed to come back, and now Thorfinn with getting a couple more kills. I don't think Thorfinn can be held back by Toxic Venom. And who do you look to hold back? Either one of them. If the Yone or Thorfinn split push, it's very hard to hold either one of them off.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Toxic Venom has to play the team fights well. The only person that he can take it, I guess he can 1v1 the Kale in the realm. Definitely he can take the things down with him. So game's getting hard for this Mordekaiser already, and let's see how this one goes on. Already Tyson Warriors a lot on the back foot, and I'm like, I don't know how else to put this, but it just looks like a matter of minutes before Kakao Gaming do close this one out for a 2-0 win.
It honestly looks very hard for TSW to do anything. Like, Kakao has full map control, they have everything they need right now. They are scaling up even further and further. It just looks like a situation that Toxic Venom TSW have nothing to do about it. Look at this, Toxic Venom is pretty much being killed under his turret, even though he has 2 other champions to back him up close to him. And that turret looks like it's gonna go down. At the same time, look at the Yone against the Renekton in the bot lane. But at the meantime,
Great
Dragoon going
ultimate
in.
from Dragoon will end up catching three members of Tyson Warriors, and it's
That's
just
GG,
Toxic
right?
Venom alive. That's gonna be GG.
Yep. That is GG in my opinion on how this has gone. What are you
Long
gonna
that
do, Mordekaiser,
time was
brother?
on the board, they will end up getting this inhibitor on the bot side, have a big minion wave on their back. The Jinx is alive, and they are hammering away on the Nexus turret already. Still 13 seconds for the next
And the
champion to
ace
come
coming
up.
in.
And
That's GG, guys. This is
well
a different
played.
Kakao that we saw in the first game. Definitely.
Definitely very well played by Kakao Gaming. I mean, still the early game was a bit of a fiesta.
Yep.
It was still looking very, very dirty. Even the fight near the Baron when it got started up initially just looked like 3 or 4 fights happening one after the other. But regardless, the winners of Chaos, the thriving in Chaos, Kakao Gaming coming up 2-0 against Seng Warriors, and will end up facing TSF in the lower bracket final. So well done to them, they have advanced, and unfortunately for Seng Warriors, it's gonna be the end of the tournament for them. But they will not go away empty-handed. They will be securing the 4th place, and they will be going with a handy 10,000 rupees cash prize. And I think getting something off in the first tournament that you take part in, that is still a good thing, and they should not be feeling that low, and they can just come back in the next tournament stronger than ever.
Yeah, true. Honestly, first tournament, you're coming 4th, you're playing together maybe as 5 for the first time, right, ever in a tournament. So because you guys have maybe played tournaments maybe separately, but now together it's always a different thing, different chemistry. But yeah, they definitely, this is their first tournament. I can't wait to see what they do in their second tournament, right? And with that said, we'll be heading into the crucial moments of this match. And there are too many crucial moments, to be honest.
Yeah. A lot of crucial clown fiestas all around the map, and it all started at level 1 itself. And I mean, guys, just have a look for yourself and try to make sense of what is happening. So many flashes being burnt away, a lot of kills being traded. It ended up being a 2-for-2 at the end of everything, and Dead Corporal, with that HP, decided to stay there for so long that Toxic Venom died, respawned, teleported, and ended up killing him there as well. Nunu was just going ham in the early game, getting a lot of ganks off. Most of them were to no avail, but at least he was showing his presence. Dragoon was doing what he does best, very calculated, cool-headed player, and making sure he took the right decisions, was at the right places at the right times, helping out his laner. And slowly and surely Kakao Gaming started to build up a lead, and they finish it off.
Yeah, and a lot of these fights where Kakao Gaming came out on top were started by Dragoon taking that initial perfect engage, right? He bandaged plus his ultimate into all of the... Mostly he gets 2 people always with his ultimate, so that's always good how he plays it out. And Dragoon here, just being a sad little mummy over there, he can't do anything, getting caught out. But look at this engage on the Karma, that's what we're talking about. Dragoon, excellent team play here. They instantly turn off the dragon, go for those fights, come out with 3 kills to their name, get the dragon as well, and continue on merrily. And I honestly think where everything changed, and that where TSW probably did not have a way to come back, is when all those Baron fights started happening, right? All those initial Baron fights where everyone just tapping the Baron, then going for fights, tapping the Baron, then going for fights, going for the steal at the end from Darkest Zed. But Shuvo also had a lot of early misplacements of positioning to his name, like the early ward, getting caught out here and there in the bot lane. But as you said, Toxic Venom was winning against Thorfinn early on, but Thorfinn got those early kills, had the support from his team, and once he started scaling too much, Toxic Venom honestly could not do anything unless he gets him in the death run.
Yep, and I'm just waiting for the Baron fight to start. That is where everything started to devolve into degeneracy almost, and that is where the back of that fight where Kakao Gaming started to play a more clean game out. After the Baron, I think I have no complaints of how they played the game out. They were pressing their advantages and having the macro played really well. They made sure that they continued to have
And
this. Again, this like, why
this
is
makes
Duckberry
no
walking from there? What is happening? So that is what I was talking about. But Kakao Gaming got that good lead up after the Baron, and they just finished it off.
Yeah, and that was, as you said, Dungberry. But the positioning from the Zeri, very, very bad here in that fight. The kill easily getting the second kill on her because of that. But look at this, the fight is around this Baron. The Nunu comes in for the flag, but just a bit too early. His team is not there to back out. And Dungberry with that flash catching almost no one. Now they decide to maybe start the Baron for themselves. But look at Dead Corporal, he's TPing in, gets this Karma again. This Karma did not have a fun game at all, honestly. And if you can see this from the corner of your screen, you can see that Nunu trying to always come here down. Look at this, Dragoon flashing forward, trying to get some damage onto no one. Nothing happens. They push away their team, go for the Baron, because the Baron was already like past half. But at the same time, Darker Than Zed coming in here, gonna flash here in, but flashes right into the Chompers. So there's nothing that he can do, and the Baron gets smited and he dies for free, basically.
Yeah, and after they secured the Baron, it was just one-way traffic coming on from the side of Kakao Gaming. It took them just a few minutes after securing that one up to get the win and secure their place in the lower bracket finals. They will be going up against the top team from Pakistan in Stealth Flashlight, and I'm excited to see how that one will play out. We will be playing that tomorrow, guys, so make sure that you stay tuned. Follow us on Discord to be up to date, and follow us on the other socials which are in the description as well, to just be in touch with all the news that we put out regarding the tournaments and a lot of other things. There are for the new players, there is a mentorship program available in the Discord as well, so that if you're getting interested in playing League of Legends, you can get a head start with interacting with the veterans. So a lot of good things happening in the community. Make sure that you be a part of all of that. And with this team fight, it was the end of the second game. Yeah.
There was nothing they could do at that point, right? They were just too far ahead. It was just going down, and honestly, TSW probably regretting what they did in game 1 towards the end part, right?
I mean, yeah, game 1 was there to win, and they just lost it because of their mistakes, honestly. So 24 minutes 46 seconds is what it took Kakao Gaming to finish this second game off in a more convincing fashion than game 1. 13,000 gold lead, 9 turrets to 1, got the Baron and the Rift Herald as well. So this definitely will give them better momentum going up against Stealth Flashlight in the lower bracket final. But I still feel there is a lot of room for improvement for Kakao Gaming. They did not show up big time, and we all know who is waiting in the grand finals, none other than Temple of Kings yet again. So if Kakao Gaming win up against Stealth Flashlight, they have to go up against TOK, and if you give a performance like this against TOK, it's definitely gonna be hard.
Yeah, it is definitely gonna be hard if this is the way they're gonna try to go against them. But before that, they have to face Stealth Flashlight, right? Stealth Flashlight did manage to get a map off TOK, so they're not anybody that you can underestimate. They will punish any mistakes that you do make. They punish a lot of TOK's mistakes also. So Kakao Gaming cannot be making any kind of mistakes, maybe. And do you think that we'll still be seeing Thorfinn in the top lane in the next series that they play?
I mean, he did have a good showing on this Kale in the second game at least. First game he was just clueless against the Nasus with his Nar. Going on to the damage graph, let's see what he did with his Kale in the second game. Felt like he had
it did
very
have pretty much good
sizable damage graph right there for him right there. Again, it was just dead corporal once again, as we are used to seeing so many times, just put his team on his back with his aggressive plays, getting those early kills, going up against the Renekton, which was picked as a counter pick, no less against him, and winning up against Dunk Perry, just completely outclassing him in both the games actually. So Dead Corporal just doing Dead Corporal things, and rest of the team has to follow suit if they want to go deeper into the tournament.
Yeah, they definitely have to. They can't always just be waiting for, can't be waiting for Dead Corporal to be doing everything in this kind of matchup. The way he had to take those early advantages and use it to him, going for those gangs, going for those flags. But yes, and guys, your crucial MVP of this game can be none other than Dead Corporal, right? This man, 1179. 1219 damage per minute, CS over 8 minutes, but that's expected because he was just everywhere on the map at the same time. So this man was just stone cold killing it in the mid lane, even though he is a top laner. But hey, he is playing a champion that he's played a lot in the top also.
Yeah, standing tall in his Asian Games jersey, the man 1179, as you mentioned, just dealing the most damage in the game, putting his team on his back, making those important calls in game as well. And that Corporal will be happy to find himself again in the low bracket final, and will be looking to get to another grand final. So as we all know, that Corporal was an integral part of the other team, Altar of Kings, which was considered the second best team hands down in the region. So that Corporal has been on the losing side, at least in the grand finals, for a lot of time. So let's see if this is the tournament when he turns it around. But before he has the opportunity to do that, he has Stealth Flashlight from Pakistan standing in their way. So let's look at the brackets for that, and there you go. Lower bracket semi-final, lower bracket, I would say the finals, lower bracket finals have been set up. Stealth Flashlight against Kakao Gaming. They will be playing a best of 3 tomorrow evening, so make sure that you guys are all here. Get your friends as well. It's gonna be an epic game of League of Legends. We saw Stealth Flashlight, they love to have fights earlier on in the game as well. We saw them take down Temple of Kings in their best of 3 series in the game 2 as well. So Stealth Flashlight, definitely a great team to watch, and Kakao Gaming coming off of a good 2-0 win against Seng Warriors. Let's see what these two explosive teams have to show us tomorrow. So guys, low bracket finals tomorrow, 6 p.m. on the Esports Club channel. Make sure you guys are here, and that is gonna be it for us for today. It's me, Fireball, along with Madness. See you guys tomorrow.
System. Alright, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42-42-42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
You were right, Kate. My sister is gone. There's only Jinx now.
I want to tear that laugh from her throat forever.
I'm ready.
To return peace to this city, you must declare martial law.
Topside is the real enemy. You have the chance to rally the Undercity together. Your symbol. So what are you planning?
Watch it all burn.
You felt it, haven't you?
The arcane is waking up.
Sometimes taking a leap forward means leaving a few things behind.
This has to end.
Then stop me.